How's it going, everybody? It is November 1st. This is Merch by Amazon, Merch on Demand, October sales review, sales update, and we're going to start right here 161. So, it wasn't the worst month of the year, which was January. It was not the second worst, which was September last month. It was the third worst month of the year, but I'm actually saying that in a positive, optimistic way. Because in a weird way, it was kind of like somewhat of an average range. It was close to April and March, with 162, 168. And this is after everything that we've gone through with all the inconsistencies. Most of us not having a clue what was going on until we discovered that certain colors were not in stock, certain size options, and in the end, it actually turned out to be all right for me. I'm gonna get to my total numbers in a second, but let's look at this: $2,952.37 in total sales, for the total amount in royalties of $480.74, $3.02 in royalties per sale. I had two items with double digits, and then I had a large number of fives, fours, and then the number, of course, like number one is just repeated so many times. So I had a decent number of products actually, individual products sell, and then just two of these, kind of like top sellers. But again, nothing extreme. Uh, the thing about this is that, and I'm gonna guess here because I actually don't know the exact number, but I would say anywhere from, let's say, 60 to 80%, and that's actually a fair guess, of my products are meant for dark colors. Sorry, my designs are meant for dark colors, which means that when those colors were out of stock, especially large and extra large men's, uh, my sales dropped significantly, and that was very obvious to me. So, anyways, U.S. sales turned out to be actually very good, especially after. And I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it here, especially after this kind of inconsistency. As you can see, when these sizes and colors were back in stock. But again, I had a bunch of days where I spiked over 10, I believe, and then like ones and twos, and I think I even did a video. It might have been last month or this month, early this month, where I had a zero, and that hasn't happened since I think December of 2021. So it was a weird month, but turned out to be all right. Here are my total sales. I'm going to go back to that chart as well because some people want me to go through international sales as well. 300. This is kind of like my imaginary little goal that I want to hit, because I know where I end up with royalties. I know, for example, that's kind of like my comfortable number. It just means that I'm not tanking in any bad way. It's kind of my reference point. Everything over 300 makes me happy. Everything, below uh, 300 or 250, it just sucks. But uh, I mean, 300 is perfect. 161, as I mentioned, in the US. UK 11, Germany 52. Amazing. 52. Look at the royalties here in Germany. France 24. Also royalties for almost, half the sales. Royalties are not that far apart. Just because the number one seller for Germany I have, my royalties are, I think, 150 or something like that. 150 in euros, which is, I was actually looking at the conversion rate today. It's about 1 to 1. So, and that hasn't happened in a while. Euro has always been stronger than the U.S. dollar, but not recently. 22 in Italy, and again, look at the difference. Almost the same number of products sold, almost double the royalties. 6 in Spain, and then 24 in Japan. This is actually $55. I just did the conversion. So, and I know that uh, my royalties in Japan are actually set to a very low number, but still it added up. So 300 sales, 161 for the total royalties, and let's do the math together. So this is all of this 383.21 is everything except the U.S. marketplace. So 383 plus 489 and 30. So my total royalties for the month of October are $872.51. This is US dollars. So I am happy about that, especially thinking back. And you guys have been, through this with me. When we're getting pretty brutal sales, and then wondering what is going to happen, and to come out with almost $900 in royalties. I mean, what can you say? Like, I'm super happy. I don't know about you guys. Let's go back to some of these other marketplaces. I'll go through some of these quickly, but I wanna jump to Germany right away, because this looks great to me. I mean, previous month 52, like, it doesn't seem like that's the wrong graph. I'll just let it load here. Here we go. Uh, doesn't seem so bad. Again, come on. I need this to load to get to my point. Okay, I'll there we go. When you think about the number on its own, but when you think about that I'm doing like 20s and 30s, and then I have one product. And keep in mind, this is mostly one product, right? Let's actually see how many. 27. So more than half is just one product, right? And I don't know if these other ones are kind of like spin-off of that design. Um, I don't want to pause and continue, but that's pretty freaking good, right? Almost €1,000 in sales in a German marketplace, right? And keep in mind the design that is selling is English, text based, right? Let me see what happened here in February 22. Yeah, I had another. I actually remember this one. I'm not even sure why this one stopped selling, but it was a good one. Maybe it was just time of the year, but yeah, Germany outperformed my expectations. UK sales, I mean, almost non-existent, right? Previous month, which is the month that we're talking about, October, 11. So really nothing. I'll go back. I don't know if this is gonna load. I'll go back maybe to show you the total numbers. Actually, here it is. Might as well. And yeah, so besides the U.S. marketplace actually doing just slightly better than I thought, Germany just did great. I'm also a little disappointed in Japan. We're gonna look at that, but for this, like, these numbers are so small that I don't even really pay attention to them. Like 11, I mean, like, I don't want to say that, because $40 is $40, especially when you add all the numbers up. It does add up. But 11 is not a significant number to notice. If we're talking 50, that's great. But like, I'm not investing any time into this. I'm not really thinking about designs for that marketplace. I guess I could, but uh, what is this? We're in France. France also same thing. 24 last month. I get a random sale here and there. Italy, same thing. 22 last month. All time 148. So nothing, right? Spain was the worst. So previous month 6. And then Japan, I'm used to actually having sales in Japan, but I did get 24. So let's see if this actually loads, because I think that might be a little lower than my average month in Japan. But I could be wrong. I just know that Japan is often a stronger month. So as this is loading, I'm actually optimistic going into November. We're back in stock. Somebody actually mentioned one of the comments that not everything is back in stock, which is fair enough. I think that the most popular colors and sizes are, and especially for November. None of my ads are paying off. I'm running ads, and there's almost no interest in the keywords that I'm selecting. So again, the whole kind of strategy with ads is to play around and test things out. So I might continue doing that. It's just for me, it's so hard to actually invest time into something that I'm not seeing a great payoff. I know that it's a long-term game even with ads, but anyway, just something to think about. I am running a number of ads, but like I said, not really paying off. So that's kind of, I've gone through all the marketplaces. Some people have asked me, and I'll do this, and I'm looking at the time. We're almost at 10 minutes. People want to see all times, and let's actually do year to date, and then we'll do all time. So year to date, keeping in mind we have 2 months to go, I'm almost at 3,000 sales, which is good, right? I'm getting my 300 a month average pretty much, right? Right now I'm at 298. Uh, look at these numbers. Germany's definitely, stands out. Japan is there. These two other marketplaces, but the U.S. of course, most of my sales are coming from the U.S. marketplace. So the next 2 months will kind of tell the story. I'm definitely gonna crack 3,000 sales. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. And then all time, uh, I'll just do this quickly because I mean there's no real significance to this number. I think it's just a fun number for a lot of people. I'll let it load, and yeah, 13,823. So as you can see, I've cracked 200,000 in the US, and I've did a video on that. And then even overall, it was months before I actually cracked 200,000 in sales in the US. But here we are. I mean, these numbers just keep growing and keep adding up, and there's nothing that I can say except that I'm happy. Look at this. Look at this kind of, you can see even the growth itself, at least the consistency. I mean, here's where I had no idea what I was doing. This is where I had a spike, and it was honestly due to one product just taking off. It was a pop socket, when it was copied and priced at 9.99 by the pop sockets company. Of course, my sales tanked. This is, I think, COVID, and then the struggles of the last year or so. But again, I'm very happy. I really can't say anything else. I think you guys know how much I love merch. There's so much to learn. I wish I could do this as a full-time job. I'm not there yet in my life, but maybe one day, and not just merch, but I'm talking about all print on demand, anything else that I'm doing. So anyways, in summary, things are feeling good. This month turned out much better than I expected. US performed well, better than I thought. And even today, start today, I'm recording this before noon, and 5 sales in total. So, we'll see. We'll see where we go. But thank you guys. Let me know how you guys did. I'm curious if anybody did way better than they thought. If anybody's sales crashed. But yeah, let me know and we'll go from here. I'll talk to you guys soon.